Good evening and welcome once again to the Lotus Flower Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Pamela Robinson, and I am so excited to have you all back with me once again in the virtual and audio spaces this evening. As you can see here on my screen, this is the Lotus Flower Podcast. We're in season number 4, episode number 101. Thank you for joining me once again for this powerful episode tonight. Tonight, I have a very special guest with me, as you can see here on the screen. Her name is Cheryl Lynn Heyman, and she is here to talk with us tonight about the importance of endurance and resiliency in everyday life. She is the proud owner and founder of Cheryl Lynn Apparel LLC. And most importantly, she is one of my most favorite cousins. Thank God that I have her here with us tonight. So tonight, once again, I'm your host, Dr. Pamela Robinson, and I am so excited that we are back again here in the virtual and audio spaces now. It is 4 p.m. Pacific time for all of my West Coast family. I'm mentioning this because Miss Cheryl, she's joining us for the third time from the West Coast. And I want to make sure that all of you that are in different time zones can make sure that you show up right here in this virtual and audio space. Hey, y'all in California, not only my cousin Cheryl and her sisters, but my brother Gregory and his lovely wife Patty and their beautiful triplets and their son. Hey, all my family members in California. Yes, now I want you all to be sure to watch this podcast episode tonight because you are going to be blessed. This is a multimedia, faith-filled, battle-tested platform. And here we are resilient and we are blooming and we are blossoming boldly. Every week we bring to you content that is packed and power-filled, and it is here in this virtual space where people are coming and sharing their stories of adversity, but that adversity has been turned around into purpose, into ministry, into what has blessed us richly here in this space. And for that, we are grateful. You know, it is the flower that blooms and blossom in adversity that is the greatest of them all. So tonight's episode is no different. Tonight, our title is The Importance of Endurance and Resiliency in Everyday Life. Say that with me one more time. The importance of endurance and resiliency in everyday life. Once again, my special guest, Miss Cheryl Lynn Heyman of Cheryl Lynn Apparel LLC, and her motto is Remember Our Ancestors. Join us as we dive deep into this meaningful conversation as me and my cousin, Miss Cheryl. We're just going to have a free flowing conversation this evening. Now, before I go into that free flowing conversation with my beautiful cousin, I want to read her bio. Miss Cheryl Lynn Heyman, fashion designer, pattern maker, trainer, owner by Cheryl L. Lynn LLC. Cheryl Lynn Heyman often says that the creator was the first creator and the first tailor, and then he made her. Born to clothe the world, Cheryl has been sharing her gift of most high praise from the Lord with the world most of her life. Miss Cheryl Lynn, she was born in Long Beach, California, and raised in Fresno, with family roots deeply planted in Arkansas and across the seas. Today, she lives and works in Inglewood, California, where she owns Cheryl Lynn Apparel LLC. Her business provides professional pattern services to garment making manufacturing companies, and oftentimes she is the one that is providing the training for apparel programs. Giving back to her community is central to Miss Cheryl's mission. She and her sisters founded the Heyman Sisters Scholarship Fund 501c3 to encourage youth to excel, supporting students without dependence who are entering universities and colleges and vocational programs. In 2024, she launched a joint training partnership with her company to further invest in the next generation of creators. Cheryl's work is also guided by deep connection to her heritage. She researches the foundational Black roots of her people, tracing them all the way back to Africa, which inspires her both to be creative as she has traveled the world. She has traveled to Kenya, she has traveled to Egypt, she has traveled to Cozumel, Mexico, she has traveled to Switzerland, just to name a few. And I am so grateful to have such a well versed woman sitting with us this evening. Her education includes fashion design and making, bringing over 38 years of experience to the Los Angeles area of apparel and industry in her work. She has clothed not only just your common man, but she has also clothed people that are actually famous movie stars in the Hollywood area. She is honored to be the daughter of the late Juanita and O.C. Heyman. They were both born in Arkansas, and they instilled in her the importance of owning property and having your own. And I am so grateful that she's here once again this evening. I have her contact information here on the screen. I want you to go ahead because I do want you to peruse her website at your leisure. And I want you to reach out to Miss Cheryl Lynn because she is able to create that special design for you. Even if you live on another side of the country or even in other sides of the country itself and into other countries, she is able to create that special product just for you. So go ahead and take a screenshot of what's on the screen, her contact information, and you'll be able to reach out to her as well. And if you want to just pour into this business, go ahead and bless her tonight generously with your love tokens. Thank you so much. Before I bring her on the screen, I would like to go ahead and share a little bit of her website with us as we peruse that together. Thank you so much. And I'm going to bring that up as we go forth now and share that website with you all. We have on the screen before us Miss Cheryl. And as you can see, this is Miss Cheryl's website on the screen with us, and we're going to view that in real time. Miss Cheryl, this is her beautiful website, and you can see her beautiful smile here. And this is Miss Cheryl, fit for you all of your curves. I am Cheryl Lynn, fit for you. My dream is to make cotton and take it to the next level as I clothe you. These are some of her Sunblast announcements here. This is her home studio, which she has just had revamped, and we'll be showing you that as well. And Cheryl Lynn Apparel and Heyman Scholarship Fund, they are advancing the fashion world together. When you get a moment, I would like for you to peruse her online store, which is here in front of us. And we have her apparel here. We have her pattern service, her custom made outfits that she creates. We have her training that she offers. I'll click on that. This is some of the training that she's offering. If you want to learn more about pattern making and design, we have here also the tab that talks about the About Cheryl Lynn, and we have that available as well for you. And so I want you to take a moment and, as I said, take a screenshot of this, and you'll be able to enjoy Miss Cheryl Lynn's information as we come to you this evening on the Lotus Flower Podcast. I'm going to now bring to the screen none other than my special guest, my cousin, none other than Miss Cheryl Lynn Heyman of By Cheryl Lynn Apparel LLC for the third time here on the Lotus Flower Podcast. Welcome tonight, Miss Cheryl Lynn Heyman, for the very third time to our
Hello.
podcast.
Hi. Hi.
Hi, and thank you for joining us, Miss Cheryl. I am so
My pleasure.
excited.
Thank you for having me again. Thanks for thinking of me. I appreciate it.
You are so welcome, Miss Cheryl. Will you go ahead and greet our guests in however you might choose to this
Okay.
evening?
I like to say happy today. So happy today. So you can say happy today on any day. You don't have to have a specific day. Like you don't have to. It can. You can. It can be evening, it can be morning, it can be Christmas, it can be Resurrection Day. Happy today covers everything. And happy is spelled capital HAPI, and it refers us back to the Nile River. So I wanted a way to greet people that will bring our ancestry into every greeting. So I say happy today.
Happy today. Well, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that with us tonight.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
tonight, guys, we're going to have a free flowing conversation. And that means that my cousin and I, we're just going to chit chat like
We chit chat.
two people just catching up.
Catching
And
up.
you all are just listening in on our private catching up conversation. No, it ain't private, but we're going to chit chat tonight. So I want to start with, first of all, thanking you again for being my special guest this evening on the podcast. And I'm so excited. Now, I want to go ahead and ask you, tell us, who is Miss Cheryl? What gives you the passion and drive to do what you do?
You know what? I like to say I am Juanita's baby daughter. The passion comes from the creator, him herself. It's the me is all you see here. I create. I use my hands for the creator. I actually use my voice for the creator, and it's just like all of me. But I'm not a super religious person. I know that the creator is the one we need to lean to.
Yeah,
I know my foundation is in the Baptist church, so that's a part of me. The creativeness that God, the creator, has given me is used on his behalf for his people, whether the people know they're his or not. So
that's
I
right.
help create clothing in the garment manufacturing and here in at By Charlene Apparel privately. But I help the creator clothe the world. And
That's
so
right.
that's who I am. I'm
That's right.
I like to say I'm like a support. How much support to the creator, to the church, to the apparel industry, to some nonprofits, even my own nonprofit. I'm a supporter of that, you know?
Yes, that's amazing. Now, but if you think way back when you were a little girl and you probably didn't have any idea what you were created to do, when you think about those times and maybe you were just at home and maybe playing with some paper dolls and back then I'm saying paper dolls, y'all, I'm aging us because back then we played with paper
Right.
dolls and things of that nature. So when you were back there way back then playing with those paper dolls and whatnot, did you know back then that maybe you might have had an interest in clothing the world? And if you did, tell me, what did you do with those paper dolls way back then?
I didn't have to work with paper dolls very long because I started assisting my mother, like at age 6 or 7, with helping her sew for the choir
Okay.
choir outfits and
Okay.
robes.
Okay.
So it wasn't just fun, just kids playing. No, I was actually helping my mother, and that was fun for me. And then later on, it developed into all of this you see here.
Yes.
Yeah,
So way back then, what age were you when you were helping your mother?
about 6, 7.
About 6 or 7 years old,
Mhm.
helping your mom. And so, did you have a time where you thought, well, maybe this just may be something I will like to do, for a long
I
period
didn't
of
know. I
time?
didn't know it could be a career. I just knew that it was something that I loved to do. I would sew things, and I was thinking about the other day. My sister Melanie say, "Cheryl, you can wear your clothes either way, front, backwards." Because as a little girl, I would put clothes on backwards, and I
Okay.
liked it that way. And it's like my sisters, "Why you got your top on backwards?" It's like because I liked it that particular way,
Okay.
and so I would do things with clothes that kind of just wasn't the normal,
Okay.
nothing extreme. I didn't
Okay.
know how to be extreme because in mom's home, everything was so practical. So
Okay.
I was practical about clothes had to fit, they had to make sense. Sometimes I tried to mix and match, like some fabrics that others would not put together at that young age. Going back
Hmm.
to my sister Elisa, she would say, "Sure, why you have those stripes on with those polka dots?" But that's how I was thinking creatively, and I didn't know that's what it was at the time.
Yes.
It
Hmm.
wasn't until I was bored in college at Fresno State with the fashion classes that they had there,
Yes.
and my aunt Bertha, I always bring her up. Aunt Bertha and mom, Aunt Bertha
Hmm.
and Juanita.
That's right.
Bertha said, "Come to Los Angeles and go to fashion college."
I
And
see.
once you go to school, you
Hmm.
find out all the different avenues that there are surrounding fashion,
Yes.
surrounding clothing, surrounding sewing. You can start with sewing, and then you can go as far. I mean, say, let me just name a few things. So
Okay.
there's a sewing operator, there is the cutter, there is the pattern maker, there's someone that does costing, there is
Hmm.
someone that does the fabric yields, there's someone that checks the fabric once it comes in, there is the salespeople, there's the buyers, there's the owners of the companies,
Yeah.
and so many more. There are people in shipping. I mean, it's so many jobs that you can do that
Mhm.
kind of start with somebody knowing how to sew.
That's good. That's good. So
Mhm.
there is a variety of
Yes,
people and moving parts that have to
yes,
all work together like a well-oiled machine, it sounds like.
exactly,
Now,
exactly.
now, Miss Cheryl, your journey
Mhm.
embodies faith, perseverance, and it also honors your heritage from beginning way back in Arkansas, as you stated, and then all the way here to California, where you are right now. You
Right.
have cultivated this dream of actually being this fashion person that clothes the world. So when
Hmm.
we think about that, and we think about how you are thriving now as a woman of color, how important was it as far as being able to be resilient, to have that bounce back spirit, to be able
You
to
know
keep
what? I
going?
I think it comes from our ancestors. So when I say ancestors, I say that means anyone in my bloodline or not of my bloodline,
Mm-hmm.
um, where there's some sort of link, heritage link,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily blood though. Um,
Okay.
our people have had to deal with so much. So when I think about uh, this, I have to go with the Arkansas from Arkansas. So
Okay.
mom and her siblings and parents came from Arkansas directly to California. So they
Yes.
picked cotton. And so if you notice in my website, it says I'm a lady who loves cotton.
That's
So I
right.
love cotton and I have to wear cotton opposed to the synthetic fabrics. My body will not take the polyesters and synthetic, the newer micro fabrics. My
Yeah.
body has to breathe. So
Yes.
mostly you'll see me in heritage inspired garments like the one I'm wearing right now. So it's
Yes.
all cotton.
Mm-hmm.
So when I think about what our people went through, it's like, surely I can endure.
That's
Surely I can think about what the future holds and not just right now. It's like I
mm-hmm.
think about, imagine sometimes I just go out in the sun and I'm
Yes.
like, oh, I can only be in this about 5 minutes here.
That's right. That's
Our
right.
people were picking cotton
Yes.
from sun up to sundown. So surely I can take whatever is happening and say at a manufacturing company, and those of us who work in corporate, surely we can take and we can find a way. If it's some sort of breathing exercise, if it's taking the time to go in the restroom and read an encouraging word, scripture or not, surely we can find a way to be able to maintain and then make decisions based on what your family needs. So we have to be able to stand. The Bible and you hear some of these people say, "Do all to stand." Stand, stand, keep stand. Yeah, keep. That's what's going to keep you going. It's
That's
like just stay, calm yourself, and stay. Think about the past. It'll get you to the future. I tell you that because our people have gone through so much, so
right.
much. Mhm.
And in the midst of going through all of that, as you stated, being able to endure that
Yeah.
as as a good soldier, as meaning
Mhm.
a good soldier, meaning that someone that's actually operational, someone that's actually out doing the work, someone that's
Mhm.
actually out every morning, or if they work in the afternoon or evening, they're out in going forth and following that passion
Mhm. Yeah.
without stopping, without letting the obstacles that they might face
Right.
stop them,
Right.
but seeing those obstacles as opportunities. And,
Exactly.
I liked what you said about, that it's all about bouncing back from when you
Mhm.
are resilient. You've got to be able to
Yeah.
have that
With
opportunity
a
to bounce
plan.
back
With
with
a
a
plan.
plan. With a
Yeah. Because
plan. Tell us more
you
about what the with the plan
with
means.
a plan, because you may not want to stay in that hot sun beating down on you, and your people are no longer slaves and required to stay here. You make
That's
a plan for you and your family, what's going to work for you. You don't have to tell the world about it. You don't have to tell nobody else about it, but
that's
then
right.
you execute your plan.
That's
And now I think education is the plan.
that's right.
Education in whatever form it may take. So,
Mhm.
with our Heyman Scholarship Fund, we help assist with those in vocational schools, those
Yes.
who are at a college, those who are at a university. And so, even
Yes.
if you wanted to take a class from me, Heyman Scholarship has joined with By Sherlin Apparel to help assist you take a class from me, not just a college level course. Yeah.
That's excellent. So since we have spoken last, that wasn't a part of it. So
Right.
now you have expanded it out that your scholarships will actually afford someone that may want to take a class directly from you at no cost and be
Correct.
able to benefit. Tell us a bit more about the Heyman Scholarship Fund.
The Heyman Scholarship Fund was established by Melanie, Elisa, and Cheryl Heyman. I am actually the president of the Heyman Scholarship Fund. We've been a California nonprofit for since say just say since 2000.
Okay.
Because I don't remember the exact date. It's something like August the 8th, 2000, something like that. Um,
Okay.
but we assist young people without dependents. That means you cannot have any children.
Okay.
Um, we're here to help our community blossom like the lotus flower.
Oh, so that's right. That's exactly right. And
Yeah, yeah.
since that time, tell us some of the actual victories and success stories that have come out of the Heyman Scholarship Fund.
So there is a young man that we're currently working with. His name is Joshua. We met him. I personally met him with a. Okay, so I teach for a nonprofit called Black Design Collective, and
Yes.
this young man was a member of Black Design Collective. And in conversation with him, I took to him.
Yes.
So he has become a Heyman Scholarship Fund student. He's currently attending Los Angeles Trade Technical College for his fashion degree. But I've also have taken him on to mentor him. And so he has been blessed with receiving the Heyman Scholarship Fund and by Sherlin Apparel stipend. And so he's also helped me with last summer? We had the Heyman family reunion in oh goodness, I didn't forgot where it was. But he helped with the illustrations that I did for the fashion show. And
That's
so he's been able to benefit from meeting me with Heyman Scholarship Fund for help with his funding for at LA Trade Technical College. He has been an intern for me, so he's made money that way with By Sherlin Apparel, and also a stipend received with the technical design training. That's the combination of By Sherlin Apparel and Heyman Scholarship Fund.
that's
Just recently, Heyman Scholarship Fund is giving some you can just call it gifts because we're not necessarily doing our questionnaire. We're
yes.
just giving gifts to some high school students getting ready to go on to college. So I actually have to post some of those things on social media so the world can know what we're doing.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That is amazing. So it's all about giving back.
Hmm.
I'm so grateful for you. We were able to last week, we were able to bless 50 of our viewers
Wow.
randomly with some of the culturally affirming products that I have been able to create. And I said that to say when you give, it comes back to you. When
Yeah.
you hold things so tight
Hmm.
and you don't let go at sometimes at no cost, you don't
Right.
see it coming back to you. But when you
Right.
give at no cost, I like how you said now you're giving gifts. When you
Hmm.
give at no cost, it comes back to you. Do you know,
Right.
Miss Cheryl, when I gave at no cost, how things have expanded and grown and bloomed and blossomed? And I invited you back on again because I've been watching your Facebook. I've been seeing how things are blooming and blossoming there. And
Thank you.
I have been watching how you have done a lot of new things. And I'm not going to say what those new things are because I would like for you to share with us what are some of the things that have taken place over probably the last 2 years.
The last 2 years. Well, the last 2 years. So this house has
Yes.
been changed around. So I am in my brand new. I mean, when we say brand new, I'm
Yes.
talking brand new. I think May was, I had the first fitting for one of the prom dresses that I did. And her prom was like May the 25th or something like that.
Yes.
So, I had the first fitting here in I call this the 9705 Design Studio.
Okay.
And since then, there has been additional fittings. And just 2 weeks ago, I had a celebration for the studio. I called it the By Cheryl Lynn Adult Day Camp, where we had a super fantastic,
Oh.
wonderful time. I haven't even posted all those pictures yet. But so what I did was, after my downtown Inglewood studio had to close because the owner had passed away. So I moved everything back into the house. Well, when I say back into the house, I had sewing machines in the living room. I had this back room. Yeah, I had like 4 sewing machines up in the front. And then I had things here in this studio. It wasn't transformed yet, but I had equipment and things in here. Then I have the garage studio. So the purpose of the 9705 studio, this space right here, is to bring everything into one
together.
So what I'm thinking about is my retirement, where I will because I only have I'm 60. And so I'm trying to get to retirement. That's what I want, right?
That's right. And Miss Cheryl, before you go on a little bit,
where I no longer have to work for a garment manufacturer, just here in my own studio.
In your studio. And Miss Cheryl, I have on the screen now, I actually have your studio up. Look at this. Yes. 905 Design Studio. Happy HAPI today.
HAPI.
Look at that. And tell us what's going on some of these pictures on the front.
That's my face. I'm always smiling, boy. I tell you, I'm always smiling. But that black and white fabric there is the theme of those pictures there. And I'm in a spot where you see some of the sewing machines. I'm at the desk where I do the pattern making. There's a picture of me with the where you see those blue pieces. That table is called a digitizing table. So you input say manual patterns into the computer, and then there's a shot of the whole room, and that's where I am right now.
On the bottom right side here. So this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How long did it take to have that all redesigned like that?
You know what? It was actually done in a few stages. So I had some work done that I didn't like. And so it had to be redone. So this room had, I've been here in this house almost 30 years.
Oh, my.
About February 1st, 1996. And so there's been transformations, but this was my bedroom. And so it had wood paneling, and the floor was sloped. And so it was tilting downward. And so when I had the outside of the house painted, I asked the painters if they knew how to do drywall. They said yes.
I'm going to take this down a moment.
They ended up covering up my electrical sockets. It's like, really. So then it had to be redone, and got the electrical sockets back. But then I had to just stop them because I couldn't trust them anymore. So the paint that they had painted with looked like primer paint. I said, "Is this primer?" They said, "No, this is paint." I said, "No." And so the drywall had to be smoothed out. The trimming around the windows there, they had to be added on. The floor was just redone. If you look in the picture that you had just shown, the floor is spectacular.
Oh, my.
It's so
it's
beautiful.
Really pretty. What type of material that they use to?
You know what? I said that one.
Okay.
I pointed and said that one. And he told me I picked the very expensive ones. I don't remember the name. He gave me the 3 levels, like porcelain and ceramic or something. But he said I had the high end.
You got the high end. That's
the high end one. I'm like, just like my mother.
That's right. Hey, just like Mama Juanita. So that's amazing. It's just beautiful. Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful.
I'm loving the space.
And I love the space. And I love
camera here, so you can see some of the work that I'm doing.
I see some behind us. The garment that you're doing here in the back. This one. Tell us a bit about that one that's right
Well,
behind
you
us.
see that it's African. It's the fabric is from West Africa. I just
Yeah.
got off the machine before I had to get ready to see you. I just made those. I cut that out yesterday.
Yes.
And then I added some more things this morning. I decided to
Yes.
do a contrast waistband, and on the pant you can't really see because it's the print is so wild, right?
Yes.
I decided to
Yes.
put a little bit of contrast onto it. So the
Okay.
waistband, the draw cord on the pants, and the cuff at the bottom of the pant is a solid fabric. And so this
Oh.
is just a pull-on patch pocket pant with a
Mm-hmm.
draw cord, and
Mm-hmm.
the jacket, I call it the overlay. It's just you can
Yes.
wear it as a robe, you can wear it as a swimsuit cover, you can
Mm-hmm.
just wear it as part of a garment. And then that is a bucket hat, and the bucket hat is
Oh.
reversible as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I made this for
No.
a very special person, and all they
Okay.
have to do is give me their address, and once we get off of this podcast, it'll get to you.
Look at my eyes.
I see.
Who can that? Who might that person be? It couldn't be me.
Yeah, Dr.
Oh, Dr.
Pamela
Pamela.
Robinson.
Oh, I thank you so much,
So I made this for
man.
you.
I
I was like,
received
after
them.
we spoke, I was like, you know what? I got an idea here.
Oh, I received that, and oh, I received it. I will be inboxing my address to you speedily. And I am a
Yeah,
hot person. I'll be wearing that all over. I'm gonna just style it and profile
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
And
tell you,
it's
I've got some.
reversible. The hat is reversible.
Yes, I've got a
And it's
special
all
event. I got a special event I'm going to be doing in October,
oh
and
great.
so with someone, and I'm going to be wearing that. I tell you, as one of my outfits in my event.
Good, good.
Thank you so
So
much for
I
sharing.
I
Oh,
love
man.
bright, colorful. So I know everybody is not like me. So you can mix it up. You don't have to wear it
Yes,
all together. You can wear the pants and a solid top, or you can, mix it all up however you like and feel
absolutely.
free. But of course, I am gonna want some pictures.
Oh, you'll get pictures. I can say, don't ask me for pictures. I will be pictures on top of pictures. I love my pictures. You see,
Oh,
that
great,
won't be a
great.
problem. Now, I want you to tell us a little bit about your travels. All of us like to travel somewhere. Some of us may
Mhm.
not want to go out into other countries like you have traveled extensively all over the world. I'll name just a few more of the places that you have gone and to travel. You have gone to you've gone to Egypt,
Yes.
Cairo, Egypt. You've gone to Cozumel, Mexico.
Mhm.
You've gone to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, Switzerland,
No, that's Swaziland, Africa.
Swaziland, I'm sorry,
Swaziland.
Swaziland, Africa, and Madagascar, Africa.
Mhm.
And I'm so grateful to have you also to know that you've also gone to Ghana. Ghana,
No,
Africa.
that's next. I want to
Oh,
go to Ghana.
next stop. It
That's
says
I
here.
want that to be my next Africa trip.
Tell
Mhm.
us a bit more about your extensive, notable travels.
Well, you know what? I just jumped on the bandwagon with my sister. So if my sister Melanie, she was associated with another teacher friend was a part of the Sickle Cell Association. I think her
Mhm,
son was a spokesperson, and
mhm.
so the National Sickle Cell Association was having their meeting in Cairo, Egypt, and so they said, "You want to go?" We like, yes,
Okay.
and so we got to go. That was our first trip to Africa, Cairo, Egypt. And
I see.
that was spectacular. On our trip,
Okay.
Louis Gossett Jr. was there,
Oh,
Dr. Asa Hilliard.
oh,
He was the keynote speaker. Um, we have gone, I went with a mission group called Heart for Africa. That's how I
yeah.
was able to go to Swaziland, Africa. So that was
Mhm,
a mission trip. And I was there painting houses, planting gardens, assisting with orphans. So
mhm.
when you hook yourself up with other groups,
Yes.
um, it feels a little bit better than venturing off by yourself or just you and your sisters. So
That's
even Madagascar, Africa, was
mhm.
a group of friends celebrating, say, Wandy's 60th birthday. That was 2 years ago now, and so Melanie is like, "Y'all want to go? Yes, we want to
Let's
go."
go. That's
Yes,
good.
we want to go. And then some of the Puerto Rico, St. Thomas, St. Croix, that a cruise that went out of Florida, and then another cruise was to Mexico.
Oh
Um,
my.
we ended up going to Honduras, Costa Maya. We got to see some of like Tulum, some of the ruins of the world has to offer. We got to see them, touch them.
Oh
I
my.
mean, just spectacular. Just like the pyramids in Egypt.
Yes.
It's something that you can hardly describe. And the pyramids in Egypt is so massive.
Oh my.
It's like we think bricks. No, 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 no. It's like massive blocks. And I'll send you a picture of me standing in front of one of these blocks, and then you see it's going all the way. It's like if you can travel, travel. Like right now, I don't suggest it with what our
What's going
country
on
is
right
going
now? Right.
through, because we
Mhm.
may not be able to come back into
Yeah.
this
That's
country.
right.
You know,
Right.
uh,
That's right.
so everybody has to be careful. But I want Ghana to be my next trip, and I choose Ghana because we believe that our people, since our people, we can trace as far as back that we can
Mhm.
trace is North Carolina. So we
Okay.
know the slave ships came to North Carolina and South
Right.
Carolina, specifically also. And
Right.
so you got to get from this side of the water to the other side. So we need to go to the other side of the water. And I believe
Right.
Ghana is a place where our people came from. I believe that because of how my family looks, the Haymans, um,
Yes.
these high cheekbones, and
Cheekbones.
the way the Haymans talk, the ones from Arkansas, they
Yeah.
have this certain sound. And to
Hmm.
me, it sounds like the people in Ghana. And
Yes.
my sister always talks about the people in Ghana were uh, very good in raising rice. I don't know if that's the right
Right.
word, raising or growing rice.
Right. Right.
So it's just another place that I want to go in Africa. I have no desire to go to uh, Europe. It's
Hmm.
even though all of us, we Black Americans are special because we're not just African.
Yes.
We are a mixture of the whole world.
Right. A
We are.
conglomerate of a lot of different ingredients
Exactly.
is
But I
making
have
this up.
no desire for Europe. If I
And
end
what?
up there in some sort of way, okay. But
Uh-huh.
if I'm going to plan a trip, it's going to be somewhere in Africa. Africa
That's
is
great.
vast,
Yes.
and even with some of my studies, I'm trying to use the words, like I say, I incorporated happy today, right? So
Yes.
they say like when the slave stuff was starting, the 1600s and all that, that Africa,
Yes.
the whole continent, was not one name. And
Right.
so different regions called themselves different things. And so
Right.
there is some research saying that one of the names for some groupings together was alkebulon.
Okay.
Alkebulon. And so I'm
Yes.
going to try to start incorporating that into my speech and not just say Africa, or
That's
when I
good.
write things, I'll do a slash or a comma or something and say alkebulon. Like I do with Egypt, I try to say Kemet.
And
Kemet.
just and then be sure that as we are incorporating all of that and linking it all together, that that's an opportunity to educate people on Africa, and that it
Exactly.
is broader than, because sometimes if we don't know any better, we might just think Africa is just one place and it means
Right.
one. We're not even knowing that it's broken down to all these different parts
Yes,
and
exactly.
all.
It's a continent of
Mhm.
Africa. There's all
That's
these different
right.
countries within it. Yeah, yeah.
Within one country. So
We do the same thing with Jesus.
that
So I try with my sisters. We try to say, uh, I can hardly say it, Yeshua instead of just Jesus, because
Jesus.
yeah, Yeshua.
That's right. That's right. And so as we think about the importance of endurance and resiliency in everyday life, let's think about what the scripture does tell us in First Peter 4:12 and 13. Now it says that we should not count things that strange, the fiery trials that we go through in their life that causes us to have to be able to endure and be resilient. This tells us that these things aren't strange. Why would it say they're not strange? Because I think that our creator knows who he made and what ingredient is inside of each and every one of us. I know a scripture that talks about how he knows the number of hairs that are on
Mm,
our very heads.
mhm,
And so this particular passage says, but to rejoice, it says to rejoice. And that means to bounce back and to endure.
mhm,
Rejoice in the sufferings. And that when we rejoice in these sufferings, it's going to reveal our glory. And it's going to be so profound that it's going to exceed all of the trials that we have gone
mhm.
through. And it's going to point us back to saying that I can be able to endure and I am able to be a person of resiliency in everyday life,
Right.
not just when I'm sitting there. I know we said we're not super over the top with different topics, but not just when we're sitting, in the pews on a Sunday
Right.
morning are we
Mhm.
able to endure and be resilient. But we're talking today in this conversation between my cousin and I, we're talking about every day. We
Yeah.
want you all to know that we see you. And we know that many
Mhm.
of you out there are resilient and you are doing this every single day. But we're
Mhm.
just here to peek in tonight to remind you never to stop
There.
bouncing back and being resilient. I'm going to go ahead and ask Miss Cheryl if she would talk to us a little bit more about the importance of bouncing back and resiliency, because being a business owner, and especially an African American business owner, there are obstacles that we
Mhm.
encounter that others just don't encounter. Not to take
Right.
anything away from anyone else, but
Right.
can you comment on some of the obstacles that you may have encountered? But this is a positive platform. So we're going
Right.
to talk about those obstacles. And then I want you to tell us,
Exactly.
how were you able to overcome
Exactly.
those obstacles?
Okay, so look, take the commercial lease space, right? So
Yes.
you look for commercial lease space, say in the area that you close to your home or wherever you would like your business to thrive, right? So
Yes.
my city has become more and more expensive. And so I was at different times searching for a commercial lease space because as a business owner, you're told that people want a clean, safe environment, especially if they're going to be bringing their children there. So you're
Right.
looking for all these things when you're trying to find a commercial space to lease.
That's
Okay,
right.
so you look for the lease space, maybe you find it.
That's
Then
right.
they tell you that you may have to have some sort of special insurance for your business, and then they might decide to tack on a couple of more $1,000 because it's just their requirement,
Oh,
for their
yes.
building.
Okay.
Okay, and then so you as that business owner person, you decide on the lease space, you find the insurance, then you say you want to try to go to the bank to get a loan because you haven't really produced a product yet, right? So then you've been at the bank for over 20 years, and now and you're as an employee you have made a decent amount of money where you can show that you are a secure person, but then you can't get a loan from your own bank. And so this has been a problem for people like me for years and years and years. And you try to endure that. So you find a way, work around. You're paying for this, that, and the other. And then you're told you need to advertise. So you advertise. So it's a lot of money going out before you even make any money. But you have to still believe in yourself and keep going and know what the end result you want to happen. The end result is just not having clothes out there. You want clothes to fit your people. You want, because let me tell you this, I love jeans. I love Levi jeans. But they don't fit me right. I even worked at a company that made a very high end jean. It was called Seven for All Mankind. Well, I even helped with some of their patterns and helped the company learn the computer system and help when there was a lawsuit. And Cheryl, can you go here and verify that this pattern is this, that, or the other? So you have all this knowledge, and say those jeans don't fit. They don't fit my body type. So then you're trying to create something for your niche, your people. And so it's so many people like me out here trying to do different things for the community, and then for the world at large, because we never leave anybody out, right? It's like we're here for everybody. And you keep trying and trying and trying and doing and doing and doing. And in the end, you may not necessarily be able to produce your product for the masses. And so you have to find another way. That's why I do personalized jeans. I do custom jeans, custom clothing, because I don't have all that money behind me, the backing behind me. It's another reason why I am in my home studio, because the lease space is too much. And so you have to do things that will work for you. So you try, and you try again, and you continue to stand, and you have to think about the future. So endurance and resilience is standing. Endurance and resilience is finding another way. Endurance and resilience is thinking out of the ordinary for you to keep your business going, for you to keep yourself going, for you to know that I'm not just here to help someone else make money. I'm here to help my people learn so they can make money. So if we teach you how to fish, then you can draw in. Is that right? You can draw
right.
in, and not only you and your family can eat, but the community can eat.
That's right.
So
The
my
community.
resilience is helping the community.
That's right. Your resiliency is helping the community, and it ties back into happy today. Happy today. HAPI and today. And it
Yes.
ties, how does it tie back into that? I'll tell you how I see it tying back into that, because no matter what you're going through, you're going to choose to be happy. HAPI. That's Miss Cheryl's spelling of the word.
Mm-hmm.
And you're choosing to be happy every single day, no matter what you're facing. I heard you saying that there are some things sometimes, maybe unintentionally, that are created. And it seems like the things that are created to help you to be able to get those loans are things that it may actually hinder a
Mm-hmm.
person from actually getting the loans.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it isn't intentional, but those things that are those requirements sometimes create hardships and roadblocks and
Right.
things that make it almost next to impossible
Right.
for a small business owner that maybe looks like us to go forth. But I
Right.
heard you say that you create other avenues for your very own self. Now, I'm
Yeah.
repeating this, everyone, because there's someone out there this evening, Miss Cheryl, that's watching, and they are wanting to go forth and they want to start that business.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
Mm-hmm.
running into these roadblocks.
Yeah.
And as they run into these roadblocks, there's so many happen one after the next until it gets to the point where they say, I might as well quit. But you know what? I'm going to show you something on my screen tonight.
You got this.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That's what it says. You got this. I
Yeah.
use this a lot when I'm at my clients, and I let them look into the mirror. I'm going to go
Hmm.
like this, look into the mirror, and they actually have to believe in themselves, because that's what it took, Miss Cheryl, for
Hmm.
you. I know it took you believing in yourself. Now, Miss Juanita, God
Hmm.
rest her soul, and your dad, Mr. Osei, they poured into you as well. Now, to believe in yourself, I want you to tell us a little bit about how did they help to pour into your life and nurture that resilient and endurance spirit that you
Okay.
have.
So this is what I can say about OC Heyman. Um, was that he and my mom were married, and they loved each other at the time.
Yes.
Um, so all I got from him was the rest of his family,
Okay.
which is full of love. And
Okay.
so everything else centers around
Okay.
Juanita Ashley.
Yeah.
Um, so because mom had such a strong personality, had such faith in the creator and love Jesus, and is a worshiper of God and teaches people how to praise,
Yes.
and she's just full of life. uh,
Yes.
she helped bring all that into me. And
Okay.
so um, I just get what I get from her,
I
pretty
see.
much. Pretty much.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, as she was raising you and your two sisters,
Hmm.
now when we think back when we were little kids, some of us think, wow, my mom or my dad or my caregiver, they were pretty strict, and oh, they would just so make me do this and make me do that, and I don't understand why, and I might complain about it and
Yeah.
all of that because they push just to get the best out of you. Now, when that if that was happening, what were you thinking back then? If she was like pushing
Well,
you to
because
get the best
uh,
out of
you just had to know, in her house it
you.
was the creator, it was
Yeah.
Juanita, and then it was the children. And then she was
Okay.
married to other people from time to time, but they didn't play a big part in our rearing.
Okay.
Um, and so she, because she was so strong in her faith and giving to the church, minister of music, and teaching Sunday school and in mission and all that,
Yes.
she lived the life. She
Yeah.
lived the life, but that wasn't the only part of her. We had ice cream, we had popcorn, we had movie nights. It was
Okay.
fun in her home. She
Yes,
was
that's good.
teaching us all the time.
I
So
see.
when she was working, making those choir robes, I was there to help her. The other sisters were watching. Then
Yeah.
she might say, let's go out and get a cheeseburger. And so
Okay.
it wasn't all so strict. She
I
had
see.
her rules. You had
Yes.
to follow them. The house had
Mhm.
to stay clean. I'm going to tell you, one time it was a little piece of paper in the living room.
That's
And
right.
mom said, now I let that piece of paper stay on the floor a couple of days just to see if y'all was gonna pick it up.
That's good.
Y'all didn't pick it up. So we got
Mhm.
in trouble for that.
That's right.
But at the same time, then it might Sunday would be ice cream day. We go get our ice cream. So it
That's good.
wasn't just the strictness. Of course, she was
Mhm.
very
Yes.
strict because
Yes.
our life was in her hands.
That's good. That's good. And
Mhm.
she realized that and she took it seriously
Yeah,
as a parent, knowing that she was responsible for the product that was going to
exactly,
leave her home when you became an adult woman.
exactly,
And
exactly.
that in itself built that spirit of resiliency and
Hmm.
endurance
Yeah,
inside of you, where the seeds were planted. One
right,
man
right,
planted,
exactly.
another man watered, and the Lord
Gives the
gives the
increase.
increase. And
Exactly.
as you stated,
Mhm.
the creator, he gives the increase. And I thank him that he has given you the increase, and he's given you the ability to know that it's not all about you. but it's about giving back. It's
Hmm.
about pouring into the lives of those that are going to come behind you. You
Right.
told us about the young man that has been blessed with those many scholarships, but there's
Hmm.
more faces like him that we don't have time to talk about tonight, but
Hmm.
I'm sure there are all kinds of other individuals over the
Right.
years that the
Hmm.
Heyman Scholarship Fund has been able to bless so that they can be people of endurance and
Yes. Yes.
resiliency, and then they
Hmm.
can take what they've gotten and pass it down to someone else.
Exactly.
And
So yeah.
I just love that, being able to flourish and blossom. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And yes, it is. So I would like for you to tell us something that keeps you motivated. When you get up in the morning,
Hmm.
sometimes when we get up on the side of the bed, we might think, oh, I don't even want to get up today. I want to turn that alarm clock off, or if maybe you don't get up to the alarm clock, turn it off, or just lay back down and sleep all day. What is that one thing that motivates you not to do that?
It's
Not
so
coffee
funny.
either, not coffee.
No, no, no. It's so funny because I tried to sleep in the other day, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
I got to about 10:45, and then I was
Mhm.
like, oh no, get
Okay.
up, get some coffee. But then once I start coming down to this part of the house, to the studio,
Yes.
I look outside because the studio's off the backyard, so I can actually see the backyard. And it's like it's like, oh, what can I create today?
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's something in me that wants to
Okay.
create. Yeah,
That's great. And that gives you that
yeah.
endurance of,
Because
no. Okay.
I don't always feel good. I still have these hot flashes from the hysterectomy. It was in 2011. I'm still having these hot flashes,
Yes.
and I noticed that I'm sweating more. Sweating more at night, and I'm
Yes.
like, okay, but I still have to get up. I still have to do. There are other people. Our cousin Nikita. Sean. She assists me here at By Sherlyn Apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Her body aches and aches. She has asthma and diabetes and the
Mm-hmm.
vertebrae in the back, and she's had neck surgery. And
Oh
but
my.
she keeps going. She's
Mhm.
the reason why my backyard looks so good right now for the party. It was
Oh
because
my.
she got the umbrellas for me. She made sure that I got seat covers. She made sure I got some colorful potted plant
Mhm.
things out there.
That's good.
She made sure I had the drinks and the different this and the that and the other, because I had to be here physically getting the studio ready and physically
Mhm.
getting the things ready for us to do that. You need help. You need help.
That's
And
right.
so if she can keep going, I certainly can keep going,
That's right.
And then
And if
there's
she,
other people out there. Mom, at her age, mom, when she had all those properties and she was
mhm,
still working at the VA hospital, she would go and clean her other properties. And we like,
mhm.
Mom, why don't you hire a cleaning company? I got to get this done. I got to get this done.
That's
It's something in us that really does not want to relax a whole lot because we
that's
know
right.
things need to get done.
That's
But
right.
I try to relax myself in the mornings, in the coffee before I have to go out of here. Now
And
I'm
get
mostly
them.
working here daily.
That's good.
I've opened up by Charlene on a daily basis, so Wednesday through Sundays I'm open here.
That's amazing. That's good. And I would like to say that something on the inside of many of us that are watching and listening, and it stirs us every morning. I believe that it is
Hmm.
the voice of the Holy Spirit that walks on the inside, and it
Hmm.
wakes us up every morning, even when we don't want to get up, and
Hmm.
starts us on a new day. And I want to let everyone know that you've got to start somewhere. You
Hmm.
may be where you feel like you have arrived and you have accomplished, and that you are able to be resilient and you are enduring everything. However, there is a continuum. There are people that are just starting out, there are people
Mhm.
that are midway through, and there are people that feel as though I've arrived. But I
Mhm.
am here, and Miss Cheryl is here tonight to encourage you to start where you are. Miss Cheryl is on her path. I'm
Mhm.
on my path. You are on your path. So stay in your lane. Don't compare yourself to anyone else.
Right.
The grass, it isn't greener on the other side because you don't know what those people are putting on that grass. They
Right.
could actually be using some, what my son say, people always say he's using because he has big muscles. And what do you think that is? Steroids. They always think
Oh.
you're looking like what? Yes, my son is he is a personal trainer and a
Oh, okay.
fitness guru, big
Oh.
muscles. And people always say, oh, he must be using the steroids, but he
Oh.
truly isn't. And so I'm saying that about grass outside. My grass is green, but my neighbor's grass is so much greener than mine,
Mhm.
Miss Cheryl.
Right.
I don't know
Yeah.
what those people putting on that grass. And one of my neighbors next door, you know, his grass is so green and it looks like the grass in the Kentucky, I mean, the bluegrass in
Oh,
Kentucky.
okay. Uh-huh.
And I have not gotten a clue of what's happening, but I said,
Oh,
okay, I'm just going to be satisfied with my grass. And so I said
right.
that to say, you all be satisfied with the grass that you have. That
Mhm.
means stay in your lane, bloom and blossom, and be resilient and endure hardship
Mhm.
as a good soldier. And you will bloom and you will blossom all the better
Yeah.
than you already are, you know. And
Mhm.
tonight's episode, as we get ready to bring it to a close, we are grateful to have had my cousin, Miss Cheryl, back again for the third time
Third
on
time.
season 4, episode 101, and the title being The Importance of Endurance and Resiliency in Everyday Life. And I'm going to bring up your studio once again before we close out and show the people your beautiful studio. And I'm going to talk about it just a little bit more. And as I'm showing this studio, this is Miss Cheryl's studio that she just had redesigned, and it has a name, 9705 Design Studio. And there's a quote on the side that says happy today. And as you can see, her beautiful pictures, and she's always smiling. And her new studio in the black and white looks so good here. And I'm so happy that this has been a work in progress, but she endured hardship as a good soldier, endurance, and resilient, and brought this to fruition. So if you want to say anything else about your studio, and then we'll go ahead and ask if there's anything else you want to share, and we'll go ahead and bring our podcast to a close and all. So her beautiful studio, if you want to say anything else about that, we would love to have you, or encourage someone about what they might be able to build.
Mhm.
If they
Mhm.
want to redesign something that they know needs to be redesigned, but they're just kind of stuck on pause.
Right. So here at By Sherlin Apparel, which is the 9705 Design Studio, I call it our space as well. So it's a shared space. So everyone may not have sewing machines. Everyone may not have a digitizing table to
That's right.
input your patterns into the computer. I have also a plotter where we plot out the patterns. That's like a large printer and cutting tables.
That's good.
It's a space here in the southern part of Southern California that
Okay.
is shared. So that's on a rental basis. So
That's good.
just check out the website, www.bysherlin.com, and you can rent space, or you can actually have the pattern service, or you can have custom clothing made here as well. And
Hey,
so I want everybody to remember that there's more than just me here working on behalf of our community. Black Design Collective is a nonprofit that I
mhm,
work with. They're going to be starting new sessions of classes probably in a month or so. Check out
mhm.
their website as well. for training classes. They have the history of fashion. They have sewing. They have how to write resumes and do pitches. They have the another program that's a digital computer program called CLO, a
Yeah.
CLO, and
Mhm.
they have digital fashion that's like a sketching in the computer. And then also the class that I teach is digital pattern making. And then with digital pattern making, that's connected with the Tuca Tech. So um, if you're interested in fashion, seek out people like Bishole and Apparel, Black Design Collective. Also here in Inglewood is
Yes.
Sylvia's Design Studio. So I'm not
Mhm.
the only one.
That's
I am connected with friends. I have friends,
that's
and
And I
so
love that. I
right,
love that. It takes a village. And
because it does.
that's that shows your heart, Cheryl. That
Mhm.
shows your heart. You are a woman that doesn't mind connecting
Yeah,
and helping others. You're not like, this is mine and I've got what I got, you get what you get. But that's when you are able to once again be blessed when you share richly and freely give and open your hands
yeah,
to join in unity with someone else. And
yeah.
that's what it's all about, podcast listening audience and viewers. That's what it's all about. Before we close, would you like to share anything from your heart that maybe I didn't ask you about this evening?
I just thought about when you were talking about the grass.
Yes,
Um, your grass may be different from your neighbor's grass and the neighbor on the other side. They all may need water, but they may need different fertilizer for the
that's right.
foundation. The
That's
foundation, we it's all the dirt, but the type of grass that we have may be
yes,
different. So it may require some different sort of training, like
that's
in
right.
regard to my business.
That's
Um,
right.
so what's done over here may not work for you, but
That's
what's done here, the training, you can get specific training for your needs. So seek that out.
that's
Know what your end result, what that you want, and seek out how to get there and be trained and use the proper fertilizer for your grass.
That's good. That's great.
Mhm.
That's great. And that means that she's speaking in the spiritual terms here. She's telling you all to go ahead and seek the tools that you need yourself to
Mhm.
grow and flourish. What Miss Cheryl tools are and what Dr. Robinson tools are, and anyone that listening and watching, your tools could be totally different than what ours are. And
Mhm.
what might make you bloom and blossom, it just may not do anything for me. It just might hit the ground and just fall right to the wayside.
Yeah.
So I thank you for sharing that, and that was deep because you're deep. That was deep. And thank you so much for being my special guest this evening. And
It's
I am
my
just
pleasure.
so excited for all that you're doing over there in California. I tell you, I can't wait to get out there to see you and
Yeah.
all the family. It's been a minute, but I'm
Mhm.
coming. I will be back down through that way, and I'm so grateful. And I'm so happy for you that you're flourishing in that new
Thank
studio and
thank
all that
you.
God is doing for you.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for joining us this evening
You're
for
so welcome.
Lotus Flower Podcast. And I'll be reaching out again in the very near future.
Remember, send me your address.
Oh, I am because look, y'all, that's mine behind her. Yes, my new outfit. I'll be wearing it on the podcast as well as doing my special event in October.
Yay.
Thank you so much. And you have an amazing evening. And I am so grateful to have had you on tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. And
Good night. Good
God
night.
bless. Thank you. Yes, I am so grateful to have had my cousin, special friend, Miss Cheryl Lynn Heyman, and on the season number 4, episode number 101 of the podcast. the importance of endurance and resiliency in everyday life. As you can see here, once again, here's her name and her business. And then once again, here is her contact information as well. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that or write it down. Reach out to her if you want that special outfit made, and you will not be disappointed. And if you just want to bless her with that special gift, feel free to do so as well. Now, I'm going to let you see this special book. This book, as you know, I'm an avid reader. So this is one of the books that I'm reading, and it ties right into resiliency, and it ties into us being able to endure. So this is called The Answers to Questions About Adversity by a renowned pastor, and he is streaming on the internet, and he is airing on television. And I am just wanting to let you know that this little book, Answers to Questions About Adversity by Dr. David Jeremiah, is a must have. This book will tell you how to take what you're going through, if it's painful, if it was a mistake, or if you're lonely, having family problems, anxiety, depression, temptation, whatever is happening, and you just don't understand. Well, if you look into this little book here, it has a lot of good questions and a lot of good answers. So go ahead, look on Amazon and get a copy of your book, and I'm sure you'll find many answers to it. And not only that, we want to make sure that we continue to read God's word and seek him daily. The word of God says to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, then everything else will be added unto you. Seek first the kingdom, seek the Lord, loving with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. I have a special announcement tonight. My culturally affirming products. I am so grateful that we were able to bless you all with those products. And also, I would like to thank our sponsors. I am so grateful that we have had sponsors that have generously given into the podcast, that we were able to utilize those sponsorships and bless you all with those products at no cost. And so for that, we say thank you. You all know who you are that are sponsoring the podcast generously with your financial gifts. Thank you so much for making it possible. And we at the Lotus Flower Podcast will continue to give out products at no cost as the Lord lays it on our hearts to do. Now, we have some upcoming guests that I'm so excited to let you know who they are once again. Next Thursday, August the 21st, we'll have Ms. Lisa Henry, and she is a master's level social worker, an entrepreneur, a minister, and a gospel recording artist. Most importantly, she is my sister, and I am so happy to call her friend. Over 30 years of friendship. Thank God. I can't wait to have her back on the podcast for the third time. And then to round the month out, we'll have on August the 28th a very good friend of mine. And also, he was one of my mentees many years ago. Well, I'd say about maybe 7 years back. I worked at a school system in Kalamazoo, Michigan as an outreach mental health therapist, and he was one of the behavioral health specialists completing his master's degree in social work. And I kind of took him under my wings, him and his friend, and they were both getting their master's in social work. And Mr. Devontae Taylor, he achieved that master's of social work degree and also did it with flying colors. And I'm grateful that he is a business owner. He owns a party bus company in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and also in the greater part of Atlanta, Georgia, where he and his beautiful wife and family reside. I'm so grateful that he's going to come back on the podcast for the third time. This is a faith-filled driven young man, and he is a wonderful husband and father and loves the Lord. I can't wait to have him back on. Be sure to tag a friend, share this link, and join us as we go forward bringing this platform to you here on the Lotus Flower Podcast. We are blooming, blossoming, and we are flourishing. This is real time healing. Thank you all for your support, for your love, for your prayers, and for always showing up here every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Lotus Flower Podcast. And if you have not already done so, be sure to like, comment, and to subscribe to the Lotus Flower Podcast. And be sure to click the notification bell because each time an episode airs, it will drop live right in your inbox, and you'll never miss one of these life changing episodes. Like, comment, and subscribe, and ding, hit the notification bell. Until next time, remember that we are faith fueled, battle tested, and blooming boldly here at the Lotus Flower Podcast. Good night. God bless you and be encouraged. We'll see you again next Thursday evening. Bye bye for now.